What's up guys? In this video we're going to pick up where we left off last week and continue working on this homepage. We're going to make a few changes, but we're really just going to wrap up this homepage, make sure it's done, and probably get started on the navigation a little bit. So let's go ahead and jump on into it. Alright, so I've got the design pulled up here so I can show you guys a couple things that changed. There was no real major changes, but we did add a new page. So let's zoom in here to this home page right here, and you'll see that we removed that circle. So now we're just left with the name, the title here, our home navigation, because there's no normal navigation on the home page. And then our footer. So part of the change came from the footer here. So we cut out the address and turned that into a copyright. And then we added a colophone. And when you click that, that's actually going to take you to the new page, which is here, which we may add on to later, but it's a very simple layout. It will be using the same navigation that every other page other than the home page is using. And it is going to have, well, the content, but it's also going to have the footer. So it's going to be the same footer that is on the home page. I don't think we're throwing the footer on any other pages. We might later on down the road. I'm not sure yet. I don't think it's necessary for this site, but we'll see how it goes, because on practically every page we're reiterating to contact, and we're also providing them the ability to contact within the main navigation, as you see here and here. So with that change to the home page on desktop comes the change to mobile. So again, that circle is gone, but now we still have similar content here, but this all shifts over to the left, so it's all left aligned, which I honestly I like that a lot. It feels very clean. I think that's going to work well. And then this will lead into the colophone, which will just look like this when it's on mobile. So I think that will be pretty good. So let's see here. I've got the server running right here. Just bundle exec Jekyll serve with the flags watch and resetting the base URL to nothing. So I'll pull up the Atom code editor right here, and we can look at, this is what we currently have. So this is what we have, and again, this, if I can find it, this is what we're going to. So the first thing we're going to do right now is we're going to just completely cut out that circle. So let's go ahead and let's look at that. So if we look in here, we will see all we're using for that circle is a div with the class of circle. So we're going to cut that out here, but I do just want to copy that. Alright, so that's gone. So it should be gone from the design, but I do want to come in here and go to our layouts index and then search for that. And anywhere we're using this circle, I want to cut that out. So let's find the other one right here. Alright, and just cut that out, and it's gone. Let's go back and refresh the page, and there we go. So I think that's almost every change that we needed to do to the home page right now. That's pretty good. Let's just shrink this down and see how well that looks when it goes. Okay, so that's pretty good. But there's a couple things that we really do need to change though. So we're gonna need to change this text, and then this all needs to kind of float to the left. But with that being said, now that we don't have that circle, this can actually kind of stay separate a little bit longer. So let's go ahead and make a couple of those changes. Come to the text editor, and down here in the footer, we have the first one, which is contact info, and then we have, right, we broke that up. So we're going to add 2 of these actually, just like that. And in this first one, this is just going to be a copyright, just like that, 2018. And then in this last one, it's going to be colophone. And we'll link to it even though it doesn't exist yet, but I've got a pretty good idea where that's going to go. So I'm going to do site.baseurl/colophone.html. Actually, we don't need HTML. That should work because we wrote permalink pretty here. So we're actually going to have to take the HTMLs off of these as well, I believe. Totally forgot about that. Okay. Let's go ahead and take a look. Okay. Except I think we can copy that over here. Well, now let's look at the Sass. Footer. That's just the positioning of the footer, the styling. We added that here. All right. Footer contact. I don't even think we're using footer location anywhere yet. Let's see. Nope. And nope. Okay. So let's just change this to footer contact real quick and see if that cleans that up. Actually, you might know. You know what I forgot? My bad. I forgot that break. We want that break. There we go. Now that's looking right. Okay. So here's what I'm thinking. As we go down, you see that break is fine, but then you see how it does this? I think we can do this break here with the navigation and the footer, but keep this over here for now until it gets a little smaller, maybe like here, and then break it down and I'll float it to the side. So let's go ahead and see if we can't get some of that done. This is fine. This, though, this is kind of what goes weird. And where's the footer style? I think we can reduce the max width a little bit. Or is there not a max width? No. Let's just take this down to 300 pixels. Still a little too much. Let's do 250. That's better. Okay. Now when we bring it down to here, that was the first break, and that was the padding, which is fine. And then it's this break, which is right after that, which that breaks 800. It's this right here that I don't think we need to do yet. So let's go ahead. I'm just going to copy and paste this down here for a moment and change this to like 412 pixels just for now, so we can kind of change some of this. All right, so we'll get rid of that because we don't need to remove that yet. And then let's see, my title, this we don't need to change, but we can change the index navigation and the footer. All right, so now that's sitting over there. Perfect. That's exactly what I wanted. So now this will come down here and then it'll stay here. And I think we could probably break that around there, but let's see what, okay, wow, that almost broke perfectly. Let's increase this to like 450. Let's just do that. All right. That breaks. It breaks there. Alrighty. So that's all good, but here we'll start it on 1. Okay, and that should push it right up to here. Perfect. Start it on 1, and then let's see. Let's pull up the inspector here. All right, so this is getting centered between these two, which is fine. It's fine. So, I mean, I could set a margin on that, but I don't know if I need to. And I don't like the fact that that's a anchor tag. It does not need to be an anchor tag because it's not freaking going anywhere. Okay. What is this doing? Position, changing this, changing that. Oh, right. Okay. Alright. That looks good. That looks good. And I'll leave that because that works. Let's go ahead and change this to like a paragraph tag. And I knew that would happen. Okay. Well, you know what we could do, actually? Maybe. I think if we just go ahead and remove that, I think it'll retain the styling except for the link styling. Nope. Okay. I was wrong. Let's go back. Turn that into a paragraph tag. And then let's see. Did we do anything on this? We did. Except it's in the footer. Okay. So then let's just do this. Okay, that kind of worked, but what is happening here? What is that? That's the margin. Okay. So we'll just remove the margin and then that'll be good. So margin 0 and nope. Still not at all. I think it's the line height. Nope. Maybe it's padding somehow. I don't see anything though. No. That is weird. What if we... Oh, maybe it's just... Now that we set the margin to 0, maybe it's just that break that's adding the extra space. It might be. Yeah. I think so. Looks to be it. Okay. Let's set the line height to be a little bigger, maybe. Let's just do 1 rem for now. No, 1.5. Too much. 1.25. Cut it in half. Alright, that's looking better. Now it's not giving me that weird looking styling. Let me just... I want this to make sure it's lined up. No, that's not bad. That's actually not bad. Looks good. Alright, cool. Let's move on a little bit. So we've got this. It is now responsive as it moves down. We come here, and then it breaks, and then once it breaks, it's over there like that. And it's also pretty responsive this way for the most part. I think we can add maybe some margin to the bottom of that nav, though. The index nav. Where is that? Index navigation. Alright. So we could definitely use that. Is this the index navigation here? Okay. Let's add margin. Oh, it looks like we already... crap. Okay. we have this here, so we need 0, 0, and then some on the bottom. Let's just do 2rem and then 0 and see what that does. Okay. Does that affect it here? No. What about when we move up though? Yes. That is exactly what I want. So now when it's collapsed here, we still retain that space in between here. So you know what? This would actually probably look pretty cool on like the Apple Watch because you can view web pages on it now. Nice, and I like this. This is nice and responsive in like every direction. Cool. Okay. Got that. So that's the home page actually. I think we're done with that. Cool. That is good, man. That is good. So, what's next? Let's go ahead and take a look at the design. That looks good. That looks right. Then we have this here, which is also fine. And you'll notice that we do not have the typical navigation on this page because we don't want to duplicate it. So, I think that's finished up. I don't want to do this right now. I'll do it last. It's going to be such a simple page. So I think we should start with the projects now. It's just kind of a matter of do we want to do the project page or do we want to do the actual like layout here for all of the projects? And to be honest, I'm kind of leaning on doing this one now. I think that just makes more sense. Although with that, we do have to do the navigation. So maybe we can just start with the navigation and just knock that out really quick. So let's go back to the code. Another thing that I want to do is add an includes up here. Let's just do meta UTF. Oh, sorry. Charset UTF-8. Just like that. And another one we can do meta content IE equals edge Chrome equals 1, and then the HTTP equivalent x dash UA dash compatible. Okay, I've already got the initial scale and everything set. So that's good for now. We'll come in here and we'll add the favicon and the icons later. I don't want to get caught up on that. That's such a simple thing to do. Okay. What's next? So this is going to the projects page. So let's create a projects page. And I think this should have a / in front of them. Okay. So I'm going to hit, I think it's A. Yeah. So hit A and then you can create a new file. So we're just going to call this projects.html. And then let me grab this. We're still going to use the default layout. And then let's refresh and see if this takes us to a page now. It does. There we go. All right. So we've got to get started here with the navigation. Let's jump on that. Take a look at this. So it's going to be all the way across. It's going to have the same title and slug or subtitle, whatever. And then it's going to have the nav items as we have here. So let's go ahead and let's start working on that. I do want to go ahead and build this out as an include. So we're going to write nav.html. And then in our projects page, we're going to include nav.html. And let's just make sure that's working. That's Okay, that was totally not how you spelled that, but whatever. That's not, I don't think that's working. Oh, right, my bad. This is supposed to be percentage signs. My bad, my bad. There we go. Okay, that's working. Cool. We can close this out for a moment, and we will close that out, and we'll close this out, and then let's go ahead and create another module, and this is going to be nav.sas, and we're going to include that here in the directory for our module. So import nav, and that'll be good to go. So we got these two files here. All right, so let's get started. We're going to write nav and then nav. Cool. All right. So in here, we are going to have these essentially. So I guess we can just copy those for now. And then we are also going to have this, although some of that's kind of, the styling is going to change, but I think we can add those together and use them. Let's take a look at the design. So we can, these are grouped, and we do need to group those so we can kind of space them evenly. So let's just do div with a class of nav title, and then we need to end that, and then close off the div. All right. So let's just do nav. Oh, well, let's change this to wrapper. And then this will change to nav title and nav tagline. And then we can change this to, oh, I don't want to change it to nav. So we're actually just going to remove this class. We don't need it. We know exactly what that is. Okay. Let's take a look and see what we got. So that's our navigation. So let's start styling that, because that is so not what it needs to look like. We need to get this to stretch all the way across. So where's the code? Let's go to our SAS, grab our nav. I'm going to say position absolute top 0, left 0, right 0, and then let's do a height of, it's about 82 pixels. All right, let's take a quick look. All right. Here's my nav. All right, so it's sitting there, and you can see it's stretching all the way across, so that is good. Now, let's go ahead and add display of flex and justify content space between. Let's set our flex direction. I always feel like I get this one wrong. It's either row or column, and okay, there, that works. But let's look at the design again, because it's going to sit to the bottom actually. So let's see if we can align items flex end. No, that was, or wait, no, maybe that was right. Yeah, it's aligning it all to the bottom. It's just all the margins and everything kind of screwing it up. All right. So how does this navigation change when we go mobile? Okay, kind of just cuts out the tagline. So I'll leave those two separate, I guess. Let's go ahead and grab our nav title wrapper. Display, I'm gonna do flex as well. I'm actually gonna do, let's just all of that right there. Okay, cool, cool. And then we need to grab our title. So nav title. Title. And then let's do margin right. Let's see what that is in the design. It's like, looks like 16 pixels, so we'll just do 1 rem. Alright, and let's see, in the design as well, we do need to set a padding of 100 pixels on the left and right. So that's going to be on the navigation here, so we'll do padding of 0 on the top and bottom and 100 pixels for now. Alright, that's working. And then we also need to, you know, fix that up. So let's grab the UL in here, and we're going to do padding none or 0, margin 0. I don't, it's, what is it? It's not text decoration, is it? List style. There, yeah, okay. And then again, actually, we're gonna copy this flex because we only need to span this in the one direction. Except, do I want to do space between? Or do I want to do that at all, honestly? I don't, maybe not. Might be smarter to just use margins. So maybe we can just display block and see if that does what we want. No, inline. No. Okay, oh, well maybe, you know what? We can display this flex and set the direction. Let's just wait on that. Okay, alright, yeah. So we don't even need to declare these then. And then in here on our LI, we're going to set, let's look, how much space, like 8 pixels? 16 pixels. Alright, so we're going to set a margin left of 1 rem. And first of type, we don't need any margin. So we can actually, let's change this and just do 0 on the top, 0 right, 0 bottom, 1 on the left. And then that should change everything. And then, alright, so now this should not have any. Alright, good. That worked. Okay. Alright, so this is the page that we're on. That's a different page we don't have. That's going to take you out. This is going to pull up the contact email, which, perfect. Okay, let's bring this closer together and let's see. Alright, see, I don't like that. We need to cut out that. I think it's padding. No, it's margin. Okay. So in our nav title and nav tagline, nav title, and nav tagline. Let's just go ahead and set margin. Let's set margin to 0. But then this needs to be declared right after that. Right. I think that did everything we need. Yeah, that's sitting on the bottom now. Okay. So that we don't want. Let's see, when do we break this? I think it's 800 something. Let's grab our Sass layouts. 875 is the first break that we're using. So let's go ahead and grab our nav Sass. Come here, and then all we're changing is the padding on the nav. So nav, I think that's gonna, I'll just make it go down to 16. Padding 0 and 1 rem. Okay, so when it comes down here and it breaks, all right, let me see. All right, so I want to declare this over here as well. See if we can just do it on here and have it. Yeah, okay, cool. Got it. You know, another thing that we actually do have is there is a little bit of padding in here. As you see, it all sits like, what is that? 8 pixels off the bottom. So let's go ahead and fix that up. Padding is going to be 0 on the top, 100 on the left and right, 8 pixels on the bottom, and then 100 again on the left. And this will stay, so 1 rem, 8 pixels, 1 rem. Okay. Alrighty. Some of this stuff needs to change very shortly. We can change up this, so this needs to be color. Where is it in here? It's going to be color. It's going to be our variable. Of black. Text decoration, none. Where is it? There it is. All right, that's looking good. We need to grab that hover style that we had here. All right. And then we're going to make this responsive later, like for mobile. I just want to get the desktop version done because I think I'm actually going to be showing this just a little bit today. And then we do need to style this a little differently. So we're going to have nav aft. Well, let's position that absolute so we can do. Let's do it here. We're going to do and after content position absolute, and this is going to be bottom 0 left Well, let's see if we can just do like width 100%. I don't think that's going to work, but we'll see. We'll do height 1 pixel. And then let's just do background, use our variable black. That did not work at all. Let's go ahead and set left to 0 and right to 0. Nope. Why does that not want to work? Nav. Am I even declaring that after, right? I don't think that would change anything, but who knows? Let's just do top auto height, maybe let's just go 50 pixels to see if it even is even doing anything. Okay, so there's the before. There it is. Okay. Alright, let's set the background to our variable of white. I think that's what we're calling it, right? Style. Oh, wait a minute. We're not even using that, are we? Alright. My bad, y'all. My bad. We're using Sass variables, not CSS variables. Okay. That's going to make much more sense. Let's go ahead and write black. And this here as well needs to be black. And this needs to be white. And let's go ahead and set the Z index of 100. And then on this, let's set the Z index of 101. And then let's set the background to black, but let's change the height back to 1 pixel. And then there it is. There is that line. Now let me actually see real quick. I really doubt this is going to work. But I really want to see if I set the width to 100% if this will fit. It does that way, but not that way. Darn. Okay, whatever. We'll go 100 pixels and 100 pixels. And then when we break, the before needs to change from this to 1 rem, and now that's looking right, and that breaks well as well. Okay, so if we come down here, we know our navigation needs to break a little soon. And actually, you know what we do need to change, I totally forgot about. We need to change this to link to home. So let's just change this whole thing here to an anchor tag. Anchor tag. And then href. Site.base URL. Let's leave it at that. See if that works. Let's come over here and refresh. Okay, but now we need to get rid of those stylings. So wrapper, text, decoration, none. That should, okay. Color, black. There we go. There we go. Okay. And then clicking on that will take you home. All right. Cool, cool, cool. And then I would rather cut that out at 800 or whatever pixels here. So let's grab this, just that. And let's grab the nav tagline and just display none. That way we have our navigation. Okay, but we could probably up this to like 900. Or maybe we want to, I think that 100 pixels should maybe change sooner. Let's make that change sooner. Okay, and then this can change maybe at like 900 at least for now. Okay. Maybe even 1,000. All right, and then that goes away. And then you got extra space here. And then it changes. So I think in the next video, we're going to go ahead and finish making this responsive. And then we can finish up this actual projects page, which is going to be pretty simple. It's just a matter of listing out all the projects, you know, in a box. So this is heavily going to use the CSS grid. It's probably actually going to be mostly the only styling for it. And then on mobile, what we need to do is we need to change this. So we're going to have the hamburger menu. So we'll have the mobile nav. We need to do that. And this will be very similar styling. So I don't think the next one's going to be very complex or anything like that. But I'm excited to get to it and get it done. Alright guys, that's going to be it for this video. Next week we will continue where we left off today and we'll finish up that navigation and making it responsive. But other than that, I think that's good for today. So if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you have any questions or comments, make sure to leave them down below. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. And if you do like the content that I'm creating on the channel, head on over to my Patreon account at patreon.com/Zachary R. Newton, where you can help support this channel and help me create better videos every week. Until then, I'll see you guys in the next one.